What's going on, traders? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a discussion of whether or not EXPR can become the next AMC. Not literally, but in the sense, can we continue to see EXPR moving bullishly that eventually leads to a break of the all-time high or most previous high in which we saw AMC break? If you remember recently, AMC went through that big jump during the GameStop frenzy, then it crashed, consolidated, and led to a ginormous breakout. Now the question here is whether or not we can see the same thing occur on the stock EXPR. What I specifically want everybody to really focus in on is this sort of formation that we saw on AMC back a couple months, where we saw it trade up, top, bottom, push up, pull back, and then rip out. It's a very similar formation that we're starting to see take place on the stock EXPR. You can see we went through our big jump, we pulled back, we put a little top in, we pulled back again, hit there, pulled back, and now we're pressing up again. And the question really is, can we run this market on EXPR all the way back to the previous high and or break that stock out? One thing's for certain. If we see AMC continuing to break out and push into a new all-time high over the price of 75, then most likely we will continue to see the bullish movement on EXPR. As we know, most of these meme stocks like to run in sympathy with one another, and currently AMC is tending to be the leader of the meme stocks, and as the leader performs well, the other little meme stocks tend to perform well or generally trade within the same direction of that of AMC. So more importantly, what we want to take a look at now are specific levels on EXPR that you should be paying attention to over the course of the next couple days. And before we get to all that, what I want to show you is, or what I want to point out are, all these previous tops. Pay attention to this guy here, you'll pay attention to this breakout level here, and so on and so forth. So as we move this chart over, things are going to become a little bit more clear. And before we get to there, just know that our current long price target for EXPR is pretty much this zone. That's where we would like to see the market get into. And it's a matter of whether or not we can get there and then break the market over the previous high. So as I shift this chart, you'll see things becoming more clear. So as we look at the chart on the left will provide you with a long-term statistical trend and outlook for the stock EXPR. As opposed to the chart on the right, you're just going to see price action, and there's nothing else there to give you sort of indication or price targets or sort of a direction in which we could expect EXPR to go. So by using the screen on the left, this is how I will show you we are getting our price targets of 1040 and higher. You see this blue line here, we're going to put our own little horizontal price level at 1040. And then we're going to change to the daily chart, and we're going to put our price level here at the price of 950. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we go about getting the projected price target for EXPR to 940 to 1040. And that is our current long target on EXPR. Now, if EXPR can get to the 1040s and actually break out, then that's where we would suggest that we might see 15s, 25s, etc. if EXPR can get over that previous high. But for the time being, anybody who's been long EXPR, trying to get long, or about to get long, really, you should not have an expected price target of more than 950 to 1040 for right now. And the reason being is that is the long target in the market. And the only way we go higher is if we squeeze all the short sellers who take on new short positions at that high. So something that would be very likely to happen would be seeing the market into the 950 to 1040, selling down, and then if that pullback does not crash this EXPR market and we run back up, that's where the bigger short squeeze could really take place. So before I hop off here, just know 950, 1040 are the price targets. And then I will show you why we ended up topping right at about 866. When we shift this time frame to the 4-hour chart, you will see this green line right here. But if you look at the chart on the right, there is nothing there that identifies there was going to be a top there. So let me explain this a little differently. if you were looking at the EXPR market just the other day and you said to yourself, I'm going to sell when it gets all the way up to this $8 price because we previously stopped there before, and that is resistance, you're not wrong for thinking that. But the actual price target for that day was all the way up to 866. So if you're running the system on the right, which does not have standard deviation channel, then therefore you would never have really been able to guesstimate the price target being about 870 the other day, and you may have ended up selling at $8 and missing that little extra bit of run. So it's not really about you catching that little extra run, but it's more about you analyzing and running your charting formation properly so that your price targets are accurate. So again, take a peek at the chart on the right. You can see we're on the 180-day 4-hour chart. There is nothing that would signal a top here on the chart on the right. But if we scroll over and look at the left, you will see that we had the +2 deviation resistance perfectly at 870, and that's why the market had resisted. So now that you've seen how this is moving, again, the price targets here for EXPR are going to be up to 950 to 1040, and that is max, meaning that's the at most target we're expecting to get onto the upside. And if that target is not met, it doesn't even matter. Just know that that is the at most target you should look for in the long swing of EXPR. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Before you head out, make sure to hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed to the channel or you recently subscribed to the channel, make sure you double check on your subscription because YouTube is known to remove people from subscriptions. It's happened to many people over the past couple weeks and months and years over my channel where they'd been subscribed to it, and then all of a sudden they're not subscribed to it and they still watch the channel and they're not sure why. So just make sure your subscriptions are on, notification bells are on, and you won't miss any of these videos that come out next. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.